why social media is one of the biggest assets of all time and also one of the greatest problems of our world today. So if you're watching this video, you must have some sort of device that connects to the internet, so all of you know what social media is. I'm not going to spend any time explaining it. We're just going to go straight to the pros and cons of social media. Any question of should you have it or should you just cut it out completely? So there's never been another time in history when the whole world could communicate with each other. Back even like 50 years ago and all the time before that, you would have to physically get up and go visit someone, whether that be by automobiles recently in this last century, or by horse, train, walking, whatever it was. You would physically have to go get up and travel to people, which meant you wouldn't come across nearly as many people as you do nowadays. And this is both a blessing and a curse. So this allows for you to meet people you may have never met otherwise if it weren't for social media, which can be a powerful thing because sometimes you get stuck in this little network of people around you and feel like you can't escape or there's nobody else you have to. But with social media, the possibilities are basically endless. So if I wanted to reach out to successful business people, I could just by going on my phone, sending them a message. It's as simple as that. Back then, you would have to go and physically travel to them. So this allows for a lot of opportunity. And then even going off of this with marketing, you're able to market to an audience you never could have reached back then. I mean, you had your newspaper ads and stuff like that, but that again would only reach your small little group of people that were local. But now you can advertise to the whole world, which is again a very powerful tool. And again too, it's so convenient to do so. You could send letters back then, but that would cost money. So this is all at your disposal simply by just opening up your phone. So I mean, after going through this, it seems like why would you not want to have social media, right? But we're going to get to that right now. With every very powerful tool or blessing, there's an equal and opposite negative effect. And so now we're going to spend time looking at that effect. So there's two kind of main parts to this. The first one goes back to the ability to see basically anybody you want to in the entire world. And this is a problem because back then, again, like I said, you would only run into the people in your little group or your little space. But now that you're able to see everybody, especially with social media, it feeds you like things you want to see. So you'll see like attractive people all the time if you're a guy, like big muscles, or just a lot of things that you typically wouldn't run into. So this leads to so much comparison and then causing depression and all that just because of the amount of people you're seeing in a day. So then you see all this and then you think that's the norm or that's how it typically is, which tricks your brain because we still haven't evolved from the time of, like our brains haven't evolved. We're still in that, like our brain still thinks only these people that we run into is what we're used to. So seeing all that tricks our brain into thinking that's the norm, and then that causes conflicting messages and again leads to sadness and depression and comparison and all that unnecessary stuff due to social media. And then the other thing going off of that point is the fact that it'll show you everything you want to see. And so because of that, people, and I included, end up wasting so much time without even realizing it on the app, simply because we just keep consuming content that's tailored for us. And I mean, if you have social media, you've probably experienced this and can admit to doing it just as I have, where you go in there just to check something and then you find yourself scrolling, keep going. Oh, what's this? Sandra just posted this, and you keep going, and it's before you know, an hour's gone by, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then half your day's gone just because of all this content that they tailor for you to stay on the app as long as possible, because it may actually be more beneficial to keep social media. And here's where it would benefit you. So as I stated earlier, social media is one of the strongest tools business owners have these days to get their products out or services out to the world. And if you fit in this boat, if you're any sort of advertiser or business owner, yeah, you're gonna need social media to have any sort of success. And if you don't, I'm sorry, like you will never reach that level that these successful businesses are currently at. And then going off of that, there are many connections that can be made only through social media. Say I want to reach out to, again, some local business owner, some business owner from far away that I can never actually travel to. I could send him a message and be able to talk to him through that. But aside from marketing and communications, you're gonna want to delete social media. So if you're not doing any of that, delete it now. I had to delete it for the longest time because I wasn't into any of that stuff, but recently I have been trying to do more of that to build my network of people, and you guys can actually message me on there if you want to talk further. But again, I recently just got this, but don't trick yourself into thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna keep it to do all this stuff. No, don't do that. It's so easy to do that, and then again, you just get trapped scrolling for hours. So if you know you're not gonna be doing that, just delete it now. It's not worth, I promise you, it's not worth keeping it. So really the best way to decipher it is if you're gonna be a creator or a consumer. If you think you fit more in the creator, keep it. If you think you fit more in the consumer, delete it. Wipe it off the face of the planet. And I promise you, it'll be the best decision you've ever made. So I hope this video was helpful. Subscribe down below if it was. Comment, all that YouTube jazz, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.